According to Eddie Hearn, Billy Joe Saunders is a strong possibility for Canelo's next fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel. We working. Now, according to an interview with Eddie Hearns, link in the description, here's Michael Benson of Talk Sport, quoting it. Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders is a, quote, strong possibility to happen next, according to Eddie Hearn. The promoter added that if it doesn't come to pass, then he believes Billy Joe Saunders will unify with the winner of Callum Smith versus John Ryder. Right? And I want to know what you guys think about the fight. Obviously, Eddie Hearn is representing Billy Joe Saunders. He's a part of DAZN, and Canelo's part of DAZN. Canelo's his own boss. He's with Golden Boy. And, the Golden Boy Canelo relationship looks a little bit, hampering, but Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo, new media. I predicted, like I told you, this is before the KSI Logan Paul fight, and anybody who watches my channel pretty frequently can attest to this. I said if I had to guess, I would say that Canelo would fight either Triple G or fight against Billy Joe Saunders because he's the lightest puncher. And then on top of that, Billy Joe Saunders had not that great of a performance for his American debut on the KSI Logan Paul card. And what a surprise. Now these are the names linked for Canelo. Two guys that had suspect performances in their previous fight. So good luck to DAZN. Good luck to Canelo. I don't think that's the move. Like, it's funny because people want to constantly compare whatever Canelo does to Floyd Mayweather, but if you really think about it, you can't. From a skill set perspective, we know Floyd is sharper. He has a higher skill set, But aside from that, you look at Floyd and who he fought, like big names he fought, and when he faced them, a lot of these guys were either undefeated or coming off of their biggest wins. Marcos Maidana, he was the underdog versus Broner, and then he thrashed Adrian Broner, knocked him down twice. That's how he landed the Mayweather fight. So he was coming off of that. Plus, people sleep on it, but Maidana had a good resume. Fought Devin Alexander, Jesus Soto Caras, been in there and hurt Amir Khan, stopped Victor Ortiz, was the first one to kind of publicly, that we all seen make Victor Ortiz quit, those kind of things. So he was coming off of the Broner win, right? You look at Miguel Cotto. When Miguel Cotto fought Floyd, he was coming off of the Antonio Margarito stoppage win. So Margarito stopped him in the first fight, and then, Margarito ended up fighting Pacquiao, and then later fighting Cotto. Pacquiao damaged Margarito's eye, and then Cotto picked up pretty much where Pacquiao left off, and the fight got stopped because Margarito's eye wasn't holding up to the punches. So Cotto avenged his first loss to a guy he believes cheated him in the first fight with tainted wraps or whatever, manipulated wraps. So Cotto was coming off that. Shane Mosley, he knocked out Antonio Margarito, Staples Center, I believe it was. Underdog, hurt him. Margarito is known for being tough, known to have a granite chin, these types of things. And Mosley defeated him. Ricky Hatton, undefeated, so needless to say, no one was able to beat him. Diego Corrales, undefeated. You see these different guys, and they were coming off great wins. But Billy Joe Saunders, if Canelo does in fact fight him, he's not coming off of a great win. He struggled for the first 10 rounds against an unknown Marcelo Esteban Corceres on the YouTube card. So he's relegated to fighting on two YouTubers card, which people had mixed feelings about. And then he was getting booed because the fight wasn't explosive, and he was in there with a guy that I had literally never even watched before. So why would Canelo want to fight Billy Joe Saunders off of that performance? To make what I'm saying more impactful, before the Canelo man fans come in and say, oh, you're hating on Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, and if you have the DAZN app, you can go watch the fight and assess Billy Joe Saunders' performance yourself. But make sure when you do, you listen to what Billy Joe Saunders said in the post-fight interview. Billy Joe Saunders himself says, based off that American debut, based off of that performance, I don't deserve a Canelo fight. I don't deserve a Jacobs fight. So if Canelo, like Eddie Hearns is claiming, and I know some of the man fans are going to say, oh, Eddie doesn't know what he's talking about. But again, I'm just going off of what he's saying, and they're aligned with the same promotion, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. So if Billy Joe Saunders had a poor performance, admits it's a poor performance, Eddie Hearn made an excuse and said he was sick on fight week, and then Billy Joe Saunders at his own mouth says, off of this performance, I'm not even worthy. I don't even deserve a Canelo fight, right? And then if Canelo says, oh, yes, you do, and gives him the fight, then what does that say? Similarly, Gennady Golovkin, he fought Sergey Derevyanchenko. I thought he lost the fight. And, for whatever reason, they robbed Derevyanchenko. And, the world's seen it. If you watch that fight, watch the fight if you haven't seen it. Again, if you have DAZN and they have the replay, just go watch the fight and you tell me what you thought of it. So Derevyanchenko looked very good, and you had Triple G, who looked like, people are saying, oh, age is catching up. Age is catching up with him. For example, right here. Boxing News 24. Canelo says Derevyanchenko beat Golovkin, says a third fight can happen. So it's the same situation. Billy Joe Saunders is saying, hey, off that performance, don't give me the Canelo fight, because that definitely wasn't my best work, and I don't deserve Canelo off of that. And then you have Canelo himself telling ESPN.com, we saw it. Obviously, for me, Sergey Derevyanchenko won the fight. It was a fight where Derevyanchenko really looked well, Alvarez said. It was a fight regarding Triple G. We all know, everyone knows, but Triple G looked slow, and I think I gave everyone the pathway to see how to hurt him, which is to go to the body, and that's what we saw. And that's end quote from Canelo. So the walls are closing in. You guys can say whatever you want on my channel, but, depending on what you say, you might get blocked. And we'll see. We'll see what Canelo decides to do. But for me, it won't be a good look when you have guys like, you're in 3 divisions and you have guys that have looked in recent memory better. Zurdo Ramirez, he moved up to 75, got a stoppage. He's Mexican, so that'd be 2 Mexican fighters on a Cinco de Mayo. You have Mexican-American David Benavidez, first ever to stop Anthony Durrell, a respected name and a champion. And he becomes the youngest 2-time champion, I believe. So he's at the tender age of 23, 22. You have obviously Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Boober Andrade, the DAZN fighter. Those are fights that this has been going on for years, because they were all at 154 or Canelo weight, right around Canelo weight of 155 for years. And then they all moved up, one by one. So that fights that could have been happened. The fights like Beterbiev and stuff, that's only in recent news. But you also have Beterbiev, who looked great. So once again, DAZN, Mr. Alvarez, they have a lot of decisions to make. Who do you pick? You're the face of boxing. People are counting on you. Your fan base and the world of boxing at large wants to see good fights. Are they going to try to make Canelo in the UK You know, that's I could picture that. I could picture if Canelo does fight Billy Joe Saunders, because they know it's not going to sell like they expected in America, with Billy Joe Saunders' American debut looking like that on KSI Logan Paul. Actually, you know, people criticized KSI Logan Paul and didn't know how it would play out. But KSI Logan Paul, the two guys turning pro for the first time, they had the most exciting, entertaining fight on the card. You know, it is more entertaining than Billy Joe Saunders' fight. And they didn't get booed either, you know, partly because that was their, you know, primarily their fan base. But, you know, action is action, you know. So, you know, they might try to do like the bait and switch Golden Boy and have Canelo go to the UK to fight Billy Joe Saunders just to switch it up, because in America, I don't think it'll sell. UK, maybe they'll go for this, but I don't know, because Billy Joe Saunders says he's a gypsy and, you know, all the way get respected in the UK, and Tyson Fury, just who's friends with Billy Joe Saunders, he just kind of turned his back. So maybe they'll try it, and if they do fight, maybe they will put it in America. I don't know, but I could see that as a potential option. So the bottom line, Golden Boy, Team Canelo, the MO and the game plan is becoming far too predictable and increasingly easy to forecast and predict what's going to happen. So I'll wait and see. You know, for now, Canelo's back at the gym and he has 3 divisions to choose from. Let's see what he decides. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.